Oh, Charvel. Ooh, look at it. Look at it. It's so beautiful. This is really a good example. This guitar is in good shape. Paid like $450 for it on Reverb about a year ago. This guy is the model DK-065. And this guitar is very, very similar to a Charvel Model 3, which I used to own. Actually, to be fair, I used to have a Model 4, okay? And my Model 4 was my first Charvel/Jackson type guitar, and I got that in 9th grade, and I went on to destroy that guitar at a gig. Tried to piece it back together, kept the neck, threw the neck on a Stratocaster body. A friend of mine has it right now, and it's still technically my guitar, I guess, but I haven't seen it in a couple of years. That's how I got into Charvel Jacksons, and then after that Charvel Model 4, which I bought in 9th grade, I went on to get a Jackson Fusion USA model when I was a senior, and that was really super duper nice guitar, which I wish I still had, but fortunately I replaced it with something similar kind of recently. I'll flash a picture of that on the screen, and we'll do a video on that eventually. There's very, very little information about this guitar, but like I said, this is very similar to a Charvel Model 3, which I own a copy of. I currently have a Charvel Model 2 and a Model 3, and this is more similar to a Model 3 than anything else, but the biggest difference between this and a Model 3 is the shape of the body is more of a modern style of body shape. The Model 3 I have is more rounded, like a Stratocaster. I think back in the day that this shape was maybe reserved for, I want to say Model 5s had this body style, but what eventually happened was they stopped calling them Model 3 and Model 4s, and they started calling them DKs, whatever, and they started calling them soloists, I think, or they came out with the Sam Demas model around then, maybe, I want to say. And the Sam Demas also was rounded like the Model 3 and 4s, but when they went to, I think eventually they just kind of went to a more modern body style, and this body style is more similar to the current Charvel DKs, but the headstocks are pointy and not round like Stratocasters, and that is really the biggest draw for this guitar to me is the style of headstock. I really, really love these headstocks, but there's a trade-off. There's some things about this guitar that maybe are not so great. Okay, so there. Oh, we got a 5-way switch. I like that. So, the clean tones on this guitar, there's quite a difference in volume. Although, through an amp, it doesn't sound really too much different to me. So this is the fourth position here. It was just in the third. Oh man. You suck on guitar. Let's try that again. So, what do we got here? We got 5-way switch. We've got Jackson, well, Charvel branded Floyd Rose. It works perfectly fine. This is also a little different than the Model 3 in that this is a little bit more of a modern trem than what was on there. They used to wind their own pickups and their Jackson branded pickups. Certainly, these Jackson branded pickups are not the same Jackson branded pickups that you'd find in the JS series today, which also say Jackson, and you would never know from looking at them that they weren't the same exact pickup. But as you know, these are very, very good pickups, and what they're putting in the JS series today, I have really no idea, but they're definitely probably not on the same level as what these are. So when I pulled this out of its case, the strings were shot, the fretboard was fine, but very dirty. So I changed the strings and I polished the frets a little bit. They were also dirty a little bit. Cleaned the headstock off. It washed up very nice. Nice thing about this one, there's no nicks in the wood at all. This guitar really is in pretty amazing shape. Probably, I want to say 1995, 1996, somewhere in there. These things probably came out. I don't know why. I'm kind of guessing just based on when the Model 1s and through 5s were out, and then when they switched the name, I'm just kind of, I was alive and lived through it, so I'm just kind of guessing this is probably about 1996. Made in Japan, which is also outstanding. Very heavy. This guitar is pretty heavy, 8 pounds. What else can I say about it? It plays kind of. It almost seems like there's a shim in there, based on the way the neck is sitting in there. Maybe I might have put a shim in there, for all I know. I'm doing a lot of adjusting with guitars, and I forget what the heck I do. But it seems like maybe the shim was maybe like not quite the right level, because it's pretty easy to play down here, but when you get higher on the neck, it's a little bit tough to play. A little tough. But I don't mind the action that's high, because you can really get underneath the strings and get some good vibrato. I put this decal on there. I'm a fan of Half-Life and their logo, I guess. So that's pretty much it. The neck on this guitar feels great. I'm guessing the radius on this thing is probably like 12 inches. I think that's what they were. It's got a couple pieces of wood in there. You can see that. It's really pretty. This guitar has just got the right amount of patina. It's got a lot of mojo. Subscribe. That's all I care about. Like my video. Thanks for watching. I'm getting more and more views all the time. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll just keep pounding out these videos. I haven't played it at a gig yet, but we'll see how that goes. Well, then we'll give it a Doug score. All right. I love you all. I love you. All right. Thanks for watching.